Welcome to the Parent Tech Support Show, where I empower parents with the tech knowledge they need to know to protect their kids online. My mission is to demystify parental controls, share practical tips, and reveal the tricks kids use so that you can navigate the online world with confidence. I'm your host, Jack Hughes, and because I grew up in this age of digital devices, I've had plenty of experience with getting around parental controls and doing things I wasn't supposed to. But those days are now over. Today, I use all that inside knowledge to help parents protect their kids online. In this episode, we're going to talk about 5 unexpected places your kids might find pornography online. These aren't just the obvious places like sketchy websites. They're apps and platforms that people use every day. We'll break down how this happens and what can you do to safeguard them. The first place that your child might find pornography online would be, surprisingly, music streaming apps. Now, what's the problem with music streaming apps like Spotify or Apple Music? How can they find porn online? It seems very innocent. But many playlists and song titles contain explicit names or cover art. There's a lot of albums out there that have inappropriate cover art, very revealing album covers. Album covers or music videos attached to tracks may also feature inappropriate imagery. If you just want an example, just look up Cardi B or Nicki Minaj, pretty much any modern female artist or rapper, and you'll see a lot of inappropriate album artwork. I mean, not to mention their music videos. Half of the video is just people twerking, and it's incredibly disgusting. There's really no point in that. Like, I want to watch a music video. I don't want to watch just people twerking. You'd go to other places for that. But most parents don't think to monitor music apps because they think they're safe because they're just music apps. How could there be porn on that? Kids may stumble upon explicit material while exploring playlists or searching for songs. So what can you as the parent do? Well, for one, you can start by turning on content filters within the apps, within the settings. Spotify has an explicit settings toggle. This will prevent them from seeing most of the music videos, but they will always be able to see the album cover or the album cover artwork. So there really isn't a whole lot you can do apart from blocking the music app entirely. The second place where a child might find pornography, on accident even, is social media platforms. Popular apps like YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, and Snapchat are flooded with user-generated content. Even with guidelines against explicit material, pornographic images and videos still slip through the cracks. Trends like hidden hashtags on platforms like Instagram allow users to bypass filters to share explicit content. For example, on YouTube, there are a lot of softcore or suggestive videos disguised as harmless content. On TikTok, there are risky challenges that border on explicit, and there's lots of softcore pornography that can be found on TikTok. On Instagram, there are loads and loads of softcore porn. I mean, it's what it's known for practically. But you can even find hardcore porn on certain photos and certain accounts, even though it's technically against the Instagram's terms of service. Now, if your child is mature enough, I recommend monitoring them and knowing what they're doing on these social media platforms. However, if you don't allow your child to have access to these social media platforms, is a whole nother discussion for another day, and you want to prevent that, you can restrict them from downloading these social media apps like Instagram and YouTube, and you can also block them from going on their websites like youtube.com, and you can do that by using screen time. And if you want a guide on that, I have a guide on my website. You can sign up for my my newsletter, and you'll get a free download of a guide where you can do all that sort of stuff. The third place where your child might find pornography is on pop-up ads and banners in apps and games. Often on free apps like games or on certain websites, you'll see ads for other services or games. I mean, I'm pretty sure we all know what ads are at this point. Sadly, as the saying goes, sex sells. So a lot of these ads or inappropriate so that you'll click on them. Even child-friendly games often include third-party ads which may contain inappropriate material. Some pop-up ads redirect kids to adult sites with just one click. I remember one time I was just watching an innocent YouTube video when I got an ad on my left sidebar saying there's a bunch of hot Ukrainians looking for me, and that's pretty obviously a scam. If I would have clicked on that, I'm sure that would have redirected me to some porn site that I really did not want to go. And I even tried blocking that advertiser, but it never stayed away. Just kept making new advertisers. I'm sure you yourself have experienced a lot of these advertising and a lot of these sexual ads. Free mobile games or apps that rely on ad revenue are particularly vulnerable to these types of ads. Kids can accidentally click on these banners or ads when they're playing a game, and they get redirected to a pornographic site, which exposes them to that. So how can you minimize these ads, and how can you block these ads from appearing? Well, number one, if there is a paid version or a paid app, if you're on a mobile game that offers to remove ads for $3, I'd say it's worth the $3. If you're on YouTube, I recommend buying YouTube Premium. However, there's also another option. Sometimes you can get ad blockers on mobile device or browsers. In fact, I use ad blockers, and it's quite nice, and it's just useful to block ads in general, even taking aside the sexual aspect of it all. The fourth way that your child could be exposed to pornography is on Reddit and X. So basically discussion platforms like Reddit and X. These text-based platforms are known for freedom of expression, but are poorly regulated when it comes to explicit content. Reddit forums or subreddits may openly share pornographic material. In fact, Reddit even allows pornography on it. X also allows explicit images and tweets, especially under anonymous accounts. So, how do kids encounter porn on Reddit and X? So, for example, on Reddit, your child may be innocently searching for some random topic, and they land on a not safe for work subreddit that has sexual content. There's just so much out there that they're going to eventually stumble on there. And the same thing with Twitter or with X. There's so much pornography on Twitter that chances are eventually, even if they're looking for innocent topics, that they're eventually going to stumble on pornography on these sites. Now, Reddit has parental settings that you can set up. You can ensure safe browsing mode, which turns off all of the not safe for work subreddits. But to be honest, if with younger children or with people under 16 at least, shouldn't have access to these subreddits or to X or Twitter regardless. So I highly recommend just blocking that entirely using screen time or some other parental control service. The fifth place where your child might find pornography is messaging apps. And the app I like to give an example of is Discord. Discord allows users to join servers. On some servers, there is explicit content that is often shared without proper moderation. WhatsApp is also a good example. It can be a gateway for kids to receive explicit images or links, even from peers or unknown members. Telegram is also a big pornography site. Maybe not big pornography site, but there's a lot of pornography on that site. Telegram is known for its privacy features. It also has a lot of public channels where explicit material can be freely distributed. These channels are often hard to monitor due to end-to-end encryption and anonymity. Messaging apps are often seen as tools for communication, which makes them less likely to be monitored by parents. And they never think that these messaging apps meant for communication could be a porn site, but very sadly, there is a lot of porn on these sites. So what can you do? If you're unsure about Discord, I actually have an entire YouTube video on that. You can find that on my YouTube video that will be linked, or not my YouTube video, on my YouTube channel that will be linked down below. There are also parental controls you can set up for Discord. You can also use parental controls to completely block Discord or WhatsApp or whatnot. All right, today we've explored 5 unexpected places kids might find pornography online. That's number 1, music streaming apps. Number 2, social media platforms like YouTube and TikTok. Number 3, pop-up ads and apps and games. Number 4, Reddit and X, so messaging apps. No, not messaging apps. Discussion apps. And number 5, messaging apps like Discord. Now, this tech world is ever changing and there are new things every week. Check out my newsletter at parenttech.support and I'll send you updates on what's going on with the tech world, and I'll send you more guides on how you can better protect your kids online. And if you found this video helpful, please leave a like and subscribe. That really helps me reach out to other families that can also use my content. Well, that's all for this week. See you next time. Thank you.